Hey everyone, this is David Ellis and I'm here with
Amy Kruzik. Hey,
and
everyone.
today we're going to be talking about a rather unpleasant subject area, and that would be the money game. So last week I ran into a whole bunch of companies that are playing nefarious games with their consumers and customers. You know how that goes, Amy.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah. And so they play games with their customers because they're trying to siphon money from them. And honestly speaking, I thought it would be nice to call them out on a public broadcast. But
Yes.
we're going to do this the legal way. So I'm going to give you scenarios for you guys that are out there, and you guys draw your own conclusions and come to your own decisions based on the information and the evidence provided. We're going to do this like a courtroom situation. We're going to go industry by industry. You ready, Amy?
Okay, let's do it.
The pharmaceutical and medical industrial complex.
Oh, boy.
Amy, you remember a time when sudden death was not a symptom or a side effect, but
I
how
know.
is sudden death a side effect? You know, I'm watching these drug commercials. I've been watching them. I don't watch TV very often, but I decided that I'm going to just take a gander at cable, and I hear the list of side effects for medications.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
specifically heard sudden death as a side effect. That is not a side effect. It's not a side effect. Now, let me ask you that. Let's say I had something simple like, I don't know, a gastric disturbance.
Hmm.
Why would I want to take a medication that's going to kill the liver?
Right.
I don't, I'm not calling out any names. You just draw your own conclusions. Some of you are on those medications, so I'm going to just say it. If I had a gastric disturbance, why would I want to take a medication that's going to kill my liver? Help me out. I don't. I because
Well,
because the gastric disturbance is that annoying. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to risk the gastric disturbance.
I think that they have to cover their asses, right? They have to say everything possible that could happen
Mm.
legally, right? So I think because I think that gastric disturbance, that sudden death outweighs the percentage probably is so small that it outweighs having you to take the medicine rather than not take it.
Okay, and let's say you're particularly unlucky.
Right. That's what I mean. It's a risk.
Okay. Now let me ask you a question. Why is it that the majority of doctors, they're inundated? The medical industry is inundated. I'm going to say this right now, so I'm going to give them a pass here. But let me ask you a question. Back in the day, you remember when you went to the doctor and the doctor had not only medical knowledge, but he said you could also try this at home.
Yeah.
So, like, the home remedy thing is no longer a thing, then you're just taking pills. That's what it is.
Yeah. Like
As
the
an
hot water
example,
bottle. The hot
yeah,
water bottle.
the apothecaries, the pharmaceutical, they used to have mixtures that they made, compounds, like ferrol compounds for people with anemia, as an example. So they're not doing that anymore. It's just we're taking the pills and that's it. How did this happen?
I think it was the pharmaceutical companies. Because tell you, back in the day when you would sit in the doctor's office, you would see these model like women with their little briefcases and their samples of drugs for the doctors to push.
Yeah. Now, I just want to say this because this is a problem. And if you're a doctor and you're hearing this and you're offended by it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to say this to you. If it is that I know you come from medical school and you have a huge medical school bill to pay, pharmaceutical rep comes to you and says, hey, we give you a kickback if you push this drug. So you put up a poster in your office
Hmm.
advertising a drug for, let's say, a gastric disturbance, right? And you know full well because I'm assuming that you read the literature. If you are a real doctor, you would read what
Yeah.
these drugs would be doing that you're prescribing. And then you prescribe it to your clients and you're taking the money. That would be a conflict of interest. It would be a conflict of interest because listen, I've worked in healthcare on the conventional side, I've worked on the alternative medicine side, and I'm going to tell you the only thing that you should be thinking about when you are a doctor is not your own self interest, but the outcomes of your clients or patients. That's what theoretically you should be thinking about. And it's become a sin nowadays to say this because everybody want to shut you down. Instagram doesn't want me to say this. I'm quite sure. Facebook doesn't want me to say this. Nobody wants you to say it. The major thing for a healthcare practitioner is the outcome for their client or patient. And if you're not thinking about that and you're thinking about, oh, I need to pay off my medical bills, I want to go golfing, I need a BMW and so on, which is what a lot is on the mind of a lot of people who go into this stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need to stay out of it. And that's why people are getting sick and dying.
And you need to stand up and say no, just because they recommend it. You need this shot. You need this vaccine. You need this.
There used to be a time when healthcare professionals were called to a higher standard,
Yeah.
morally and ethically. That's no longer the case. I'm going to be plain and straight. I'm going to give you guys a scenario. I worked with a nurse once. Okay? We were doing a good thing for cancer patients, giving them alternative and complement the traditional ways or the allopathic ways, whether you want to call it traditional, allopathic, or conventional, it doesn't really matter. You mean something that's on one side. But the best strategy for any healthcare when you're a patient, for those of you who are listening to this, is for you to have an integrative approach to your health. So I'm a medical esthetician as an example. Let's say I freeze fat in your body and I get it to go away.
Yeah.
You can't do that without having to adjust your diet. So you need a nutritionist.
Yeah.
Now, if the medical esthetician was a smart person, they would become a nutritionist as well.
Yeah.
Because I could take it off, but you have to keep it off. So all those plastic surgeons, as an example, who have no nutrition knowledge, what are we talking about here?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know.
So
It's just ridiculous.
you're not really thinking about your client because I know that when I did medical aesthetics, I did nutrition before that.
Mhm.
So I know that if sometimes people don't even need medical aesthetics, they might just benefit from nutrition and exercise, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You always try that, right? Like the first time, you're like, let's try nutrition. Let's try that first.
Yes.
And then if that doesn't work, then we can go to the other route and help you out that way.
And
It
here is
doesn't happen that way.
it doesn't happen that way.
No. No.
If you have a gastric disturbance, why is it that you go to the pill first of all? And the thing about it is that every medical professional is supposed to be encouraging you to take the natural route first.
Yeah.
Instead of the invasive route the other way. So you're cutting things off, you're chopping things off, you're sucking things out of people, and then it's like,
yeah,
you get paid for it because it's expensive, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And what is the insurance company? Is this involved in this in any way too?
That would be the next industry.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
I am going to try to remain calm here. I'm going to describe a scenario to the audience and to you, Amy, and then you draw your own conclusions.
Okay.
Now, I come to you. I say to you, gee, you might die soon. And so here's what I would like you to do. I would like you to give me your hard-earned money. It's just a little bit of your hard-earned money. But if you die early, then I give your family a lot of money. Yay! Small caveats. You can't kill yourself because, that will null it. And there's certain, some things might happen that I'm not going to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Now, back in the day, like 50 years ago, we had a term for that stuff. We called it sick. Okay? We call it sick because I am literally telling you, I am going to bet that you live longer, but should you die, right? And what's worse than that, I have a team of really bright people called actuaries
Mm-hmm.
who's going to calculate the probabilities of how you're going to die and whatever else. So I send you to go get an exam. The doctor say, "Oh yeah, she's good for 20 years." Right? So I know that you ain't going to die in the next 20 years, right?
Right.
I know you're not going to die in the next 20 years, so I'm going to collect money from you for the next 20 years. But if you should die, I'll pay your people a lump sum. But I'm indemnified from that because guess what? There's a whole bunch of people like you paying me the same amount of money.
Yes. Yes. That's not even with health. That's even with fire insurance and all that.
Hey,
It's everywhere.
I understand the concept of insurance. It's a good practice. When you are dealing from a point of view, insurance is one of the very few businesses that how does one put this in a nice way? They're betting against you.
Yeah, they
It's
are.
gambling. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's gambling. But then you see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I go to the law to make sure that there's certain insurance that you can't get away from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So if you wanted to bet on yourself, screw you. You gotta pay this, right? Now, I understand car insurance, you damage somebody else's vehicle. Absolutely, I get it. But when it comes to stuff like life insurance, oh, really? You're betting that I live longer, but should I die, you're going to give my people some lump sum from other people's money. There is something a little bit twisted about that. And here's the other thing, Amy. A lot of the people who are clients of insurance companies are under the mistaken belief that these insurance companies are working in my best interest.
Mm-hmm.
These insurance companies really love me. Guys,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead, Amy.
Well, no, I just have this is actually what happens to me. And I think that okay, so we have the insurance companies, the medical insurance, we have the doctor, right? So there is this thing that I have to get every year. I have to get this that women get, let's just say mammogram.
Okay.
Okay. And my insurance will come back and say that is not covered. It's more extensive. It's not your basic mammogram. It's more extensive. It'll say no, we're not covering it, right? So I have to call my doctor and say they're not covering it. Then she has to put in a new code to make sure that it is covered. It's these codes.
Yes, it's a money game.
Yes. And so the doctors and the insurance companies go back and forth. I don't even think they like the insurance companies.
No, nobody likes the insurance companies
Yeah.
because the insurance companies are banking on the fact that horrible things happen and they escape having to pay for it. You think an
Exactly.
insurance company wants to pay your claim? They don't want to pay your claim. A
No.
lot of people are under these mistaken beliefs that insurance companies are working in their interest. They're not. If your insurance company can deny your claim, they will. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I worked in an island before, and the insurance companies would hire private detectives to follow people around to dispute their claims. Real talk.
What?
That is real stuff. If you have a claim that says, oh, I was injured at work, the insurance company would hire somebody to follow you around. I understand that people abuse the system and they put in false claims and stuff like that. But seriously, following somebody around for 3 weeks and then into Ireland following them around is a bit much.
Yeah. That's a
So
bit much.
yeah, that's an issue. But I want to just leave you guys with this, right? Think about it very carefully. Sit down and think, gee, I wonder if my insurance company is thinking about me every night before they go to sleep, right? they must really care about me and how my life is going to go and stuff like that. They're not.
No. Oh, can I just give you this one story that oh my God, oh, I get chills when I hear this because this person that I follow on Instagram, he has two little girls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they work on cars. They're like 10 years old and 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And he's teaching them how to be, these girls that work on cars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hate to say this, but her hip got mutilated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a 7-year-old, maybe 8-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
The insurance company will not cover her hip. No, I'm thinking it got shredded. The girl showed us her hip,
Mm-hmm.
and she's in desperate need of surgery. He had to go to GoFundMe to raise money so that she could have her surgery because the insurance would not cover it.
Because they don't care.
Exactly. This poor.
I want to
exactly.
make a shout out here. Last year, a CEO of an insurance company, a life insurance company, got murdered, assassinated, murdered, whatever you want to call it, in the streets. And it was because his company had a reputation of denying people's claim,
Yes.
claiming it was out of network, right? And so the insurance company, apparently, what happened was that they instituted AI, and AI can look at your claim and just immediately reject it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just saying these things. I'm going to leave it out there that this is the kind of thing that actually happens. And a lot of people are under the belief that the insurance company is working in my best interest and they really love me. So, guys, I would like y'all, I'm going to leave this in your lap and leave you with that. With that, we move on to the airlines.
Oh, the airlines.
I'm going to tell you a story. This week, I was looking for flights. I live in Canada. There are two major airlines in Canada. I'm going to say it loudly. And I was looking for a flight. So I'm looking for flights and I'm like, this is so cool. Let me go. I see a very cheap flight. So I'm going to take that flight because I'm just going nearby. I go looking for the flights and there are different tiers now of seats that you can get. It used to be economy, something like premium and first class, right? No, there are multiple tiers now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But at the bottom tier, if you wanted to get that cheap flight, it is called Ultra Basic. Now, let me tell you how this works. Ultra Basic, you're not getting checked luggage. You don't get a carry-on. You don't get a personal item.
Oh, God, yeah.
You don't get a personal item.
No.
It gets worse. It gets worse. And you are the last person to board the flight. I want to break this down and unpack this for y'all so that you understand. If you want to get any of these things, you got to pay extra.
Yep.
That's the first thing. The second thing is this airline has instituted a policy. It used to be $25. You get your baggage in, right? You pay for the bags and you check them through. This airline has instituted a policy that if you are in transit, anywhere you stopped, you're going to pay more for the bag. So if I am in transit and I'm going from point A to point B to point C, I pay $40, 42 here,
Yeah.
42 at point B, and I get to point C, which is 80. But on the way back, it's 80 as well.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Not that I'm mentioning any names, you guys can go check it out.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more, because there's always more. You're calling it Ultra Basic. Are you calling the fare Ultra Basic, or are you calling your passengers who pick the fare Ultra Basic? You see, because when you tell the passengers who pick this fare that you are going to be the last person to board on the flight, what you're actually doing is doing the reverse of what they did in first class. They let first class board first, and then you have to walk through them to get to the back of the plane in economy, right? But then if it is that you pick the ultra basic when everybody is boarded, you are the last person to get on that flight, which stigmatizes the person who comes on the flight and walks through all these people. Oh, you're the ultra basic guy. Let me tell you something.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, guys, if you guys are watching this broadcast, I'm going to stream this more than once. You see these kinds of practices, I am going to tell you that somebody sat down and actually thought about these things.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't even imagine.
Somebody sat down and actually thought about these things. You understand the psychological impact on somebody buying an ultra basic, probably they're on a budget and so on, right? It's cheaper apparently to buy, and the ultra basic will cost you more if you're deciding you're carrying anything else apart from your body onto the plane, right? Because it's 40, 40, 40, 40, right? And then you're paying for seat selection. So if you're traveling with your wife, you and your wife can't sit together. No, you can't.
Oh.
Because you have to pay for that.
You have to pay to sit together?
Yes.
What?
Yes. I want people to know what's going on in Canada so that you guys can understand how this is going to impact you in the future. Okay. So that is actually what actually happens. Somebody sat down and thought about that. I am going to say, and I'm going to leave it in your hands. Do you think, as an audience, if you guys are listening to this, that the person, it completely went over their head, the psychological impact of the person who is paying the ultra basic? You think it went over their head? Or you think that they actually thought about it and said, I know how to force people to pay more for a fare? What do you think?
Oh, I think they schemed that.
Yeah.
They did.
You were telling me about Southwest earlier on.
Oh, earlier on. So I pulled it up because I wasn't sure what it was. So Southwest is changing a policy for plus size passengers.
I can't wait to hear this one.
Okay, this is happening in 2026.
Oh boy.
So when it also switches to assigned seating, if you remember, I said the corporation name, so
that's fine.
That's
but
okay.
You're telling the truth. So
I am.
on the legal terms, it's not slander if you're telling the truth. Go ahead.
Okay. So Southwest was you could pick any seat you want on the airplane. So now they're starting to do assigned seating.
Mm-hmm.
So passengers who cannot fit within one seat's armrest will now be required to purchase an additional seat in advance. The long-standing policy of allowing customers to buy a second seat and then get a refund afterwards, because so let's say nobody sat next to you, but you bought that seat, they would give you a refund.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And because people probably, I don't know. So to buy a second seat and then get a refund afterward will replace by a stricter refund process, requiring an open seat on the flight, same fare class, and a refund request within 90 days of travel. So they have to go through a process to get that money back if they want.
Amy, let me give you a little heads up here. If it is that you are a plus size passenger, okay, I understand the policy if it is that you're grossly overweight. Now, I want to tell you a little bit of a story. There is an airline company in Canada. There are two of them who used to do flights to the Caribbean using particular flight equipment, meaning a particular aircraft. They ran it through a computer, and the computer somehow put 30 more seats in that aircraft.
What?
They put 30 more seats in an aircraft that was designed for a particular seating capacity, right? And everybody knows who that airline is when I'm talking about it. So if you're going down, out of Canada, somehow or the other, they packed 30 more seats in, which means that the seats got smaller.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're not used to doing yoga, if you're going to fly, you
Yeah.
better learn. Okay, because you're going to be sitting in a very cramped position for at least, 3 hours minimum.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when it is that you're instituting these policies for plus size people, yeah, pay attention to the fact that you put more seats in an aircraft, and y'all know that y'all did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you did. And so this is a real problem for people. I think that some of these airlines are out of control. They are disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my personal opinion. They're disgusting. But when it is that you're instituting this policy, and have you ever tried to get a refund from an airline? Anybody?
No.
Anybody out there? Do you understand the red tape you have to go through? Have you ever tried interacting online with an airline for any kind of thing like baggage destruction or anything like that? Have you ever tried calling an airline? Did you
Well,
get through? Or
that's
were
another
you on
story.
hold for which we're gonna these are the social ills that are creating stress and tension in people's bodies and making people sick. Because if you have one company that's screwing you over, it's fine. But if you have multiple companies screwing you over, it adds up over time.
It does. I agree to that. I agree
It
to
adds
that.
up over time. So the airline companies, listen,
Yeah.
eh, and
Yeah.
the airline companies' excuses is, oh, well, um, the thing that's going on in the Middle East, the price of oil, air travel, and then airport fees. There is no justification for screwing your clients over that badly and acting like you all don't care. Because a
Yeah.
lot of them, when you go to like you missed the flight or they overbooked, which is a typical thing that happens in a lot of airlines nowadays, they overbook. I don't know how an automated system can overbook something.
Yeah. How can that? How can they? That doesn't make sense.
So they say, oh, you can just leave an hour afterwards. When you inconvenience people and people show up at your counters and stuff like that, you say, well, passengers are unruly. And I guarantee you, yes,
Yes.
they are unruly, right? But you have to see things from both sides of the fence because customers can be very unruly. But at the same time, when you do policies like that you know are going to frustrate the stuffing out of people, why would you get upset? Because you
Yeah.
see, the people that make these decisions, they're not at the counters.
And they're not on the air flights. They have private jets.
Correct.
So they
Then
don't even know. I was just going to bring that up. They don't even know what normal human beings go through and pay out to get a flight and go through all that, go through the TSA,
mhm.
all that. They don't understand. Have you ever been called to be kind of like a, what do they used to call them when you can give them feedback?
Oh,
What,
the
what were they called? You could do taste tester. You could be a taste, like which one tastes the best.
yeah,
You
yeah,
could
yeah,
get
yeah,
paid for
yeah,
that.
yeah. They stopped doing that. They,
They
they don't they don't want the feedback. They
they
know
don't
what
want
the
the
feedback.
feedback.
They know what the feedback is going to be.
Right,
They know
right.
what the feedback is going to be. Airline people, listen, like if you guys are in the airline industry, y'all know what's happening to passengers.
Yeah,
Y'all know what's happening to passengers. And the people that make those decisions, these people are unbelievable because they're not impacted by it. They're not at the counter getting cussed by passengers working at, like, these people at the counter are blameless. They're just trying to do their jobs, but the people that are making those decisions are disgusting.
yeah, yeah. They
And
don't
I
even
know some of
understand.
these people, they're disgusting.
They don't understand. They don't. You
Let
know
us
what?
move.
Oh wait, can I just say one more thing?
Go
I
ahead.
know that they made the seats smaller because the cart, the flight attendants bring the cart through. Do you remember how you could be able to put your elbow out and not get hit by the cart?
Okay. So I'm a little bit bigger than you are, Amy.
No.
Can you imagine
Can you?
me getting an aisle seat,
Oh, you don't even get aisle seats.
right? Like, Like, you imagine the amount of yoga, the amount of contortions I've had to do in aircraft. Can you imagine?
I can't. Okay, I just had to say that because it was like, oh my gosh, they have made them smaller.
They have.
They have.
Yeah, yeah. So, Shakira, those hips don't lie. You
Those
gotta pay extra.
may be bruised at the end of the flight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's another issue with the airlines in that they have chosen the moral high ground, right? We're employers. We're trying to keep people employed. Guys, let me tell you something, right? Y'all, I sometimes you get so angry at airlines that it's like whatever. I'm not getting angry at the people that work on the ground.
No.
These people are
No.
just doing their job. But the airline policy makers, you guys,
Yeah.
not cool.
No. Kudos to the people who work those kinds of
I
hours
couldn't
and
work
days.
there.
No.
I couldn't work. I couldn't work at front desk on an
Uh,
airline. I would be getting cursed every day. That must be a high stress job.
yes.
And if these people are not getting paid correctly for what they're doing,
No. No, they're
people
not.
people have to understand the greed that is in that is part of a lot of industries. These people that are in the bottom, which brings me to the next issue: banking. Oh my God!
Fees, 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 fees.
I'm sorry, you said good morning. That I'm going to have to put that on your account. I'll have to charge you for that.
10
I'm
cents.
sorry, you're on the line. I might have to charge you for that. Listen to me very carefully. Those guys that are working in banks and making those banking decisions, what are y'all doing? Are y'all nuts? I went to a bank last week. Okay, this is a giant rant session. There was one teller at the till serving a line of.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to the bank very often. I try to do my stuff online. I go into the bank. What do I see? One teller
Mhm.
serving a line of people because
Mhm.
they downsize their staff, and one teller is serving the entire community.
Yeah.
What is the problem there? So you only have one teller, and people could just stay on the line as much as they want, and then you have fees. I'm getting charged for a business account monthly.
Mhm.
All right, because who told me to have a business account? No, you're going to get charged monthly. And then they send you stuff like you should open this account. It has this benefit, that benefit, and that
Yeah.
benefit. Don't fall for it at
Mm-mm.
all.
Mm-mm.
There are no benefits, none. The only benefit that they're getting is that they're going to charge you. So if a bank is giving you something, I don't care if it's a credit card or whatever else, and they say, oh, we can give you this credit card. You could sign up and you're pre approved for it. Pre approval means I want to charge you an extra fee. And so, guess what? I'm going to give you this thing and make you feel all special,
I know.
all
And
special with yourself. And then I'm going to charge you money. And I just want to educate the audience that these institutions that we're talking about, they are not working in your favor. They're just not.
no. No. And if you keep this amount of money in your bank account, you won't get charged if you go below
Oh, yes, the minimum balance
the
fee.
minimum. And, but if you go below, we're going to have to charge you $25 if you
Mm.
go below.
There is a bank in the US that I bank with. Let me explain to you how it works. If you have money in the US, they're charging you administrative fees.
Yeah.
If that money isn't moved or you don't do any transactions at all for a long time, then your account goes into dormancy.
Dormancy.
To get your account out of dormancy, you're going to pay a fee.
Oh,
Oh
God.
God. To get your account out of dormancy, you gotta pay a fee. So if you don't visit us very, very often, we're gonna put your account into dormancy. But you know what? To get out of dormancy, we're gonna like charge you. Seriously? What? Listen,
What happened to the old-fashioned banking?
I am going to
Huh.
give financial advice. I'm qualified to give financial advice, at least business advice to people. Go the credit union route.
Yeah. Credit unions. Yep.
Go the credit union route. Trust me when I tell you that, because even though they're answering to the same people, they're not going to try to stick you as much as established banks. In Canada, there is a scam going on, and I call it a scam. I'm going to call it a scam. It's my opinion. My opinion is that if you have a big established bank and the bank then makes a smaller bank with a different name.
What?
The bank, there are banks in Canada, they have smaller banks that are under different names.
Yeah.
So you say, I'm going to escape the big bank, I'm going to go to the smaller bank.
Oh, but
The
they
smaller
own
bank
it.
is owned by the big bank. It's listen, and a lot of people don't know that. So guys, do your research. Absolutely. Right? Because some of these big corporations, because they know they are stigmatized and nobody wants to deal with you, okay?
Yeah.
They're going to create their own competition so that you go deal with the competition, which is them.
They're sneaky, aren't they?
And I'm not going to mention any names, but like just think of the major banks in Canada, and each one of these have subsidiary banks that are owned by the big bank.
Oh man.
And so are the telecommunications companies. So we had telecommunications companies in Canada. They made smaller companies or they bought them over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Telephone companies and so on. They're owned by the big company. So the
Mm-hmm.
smaller cell phone companies, it says, we have better rates than everybody else in Canada. We're greater, we're better. And they're on the same network as the big, oh my God. It's so, look, I have seen some stuff in my life, okay? But these money game and these games that these people play are hilarious to me, okay? Because if I go with a smaller company, I'm giving you money then.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they're charging the small bank too. I don't know. The big corporations. Who knows? Who knows what games they play?
So assuming that you are somebody that is lives by principle, I am not giving my money to you. You go to the competition. The competition is owned by the big person. I'm still giving my money to you. There is no principle anymore. Okay. So I'm going to shout out in the best of ways, right? The good companies that I have found in Canada so that people can check them out themselves. Go to Freedom Mobile.
Okay.
The name says it all, right? I have an account at Freedom Mobile.
Okay.
Freedom, right? Freedom. Okay, so there is that. Here's another uh really interesting thing. Since we're talking about money, let's talk about the payment processors online. There are two major payment processors online. One starts with a P, the other one starts with an S, right? Let me ask you a question. You remember when they used to just process your payments, take
Yeah.
10% and call it a day? Let me ask you something. Why it is that they're asking you for more and more information? I understand it's KYC, it's know your customer, because they want to avoid AML. This I'm going to give you what these abbreviations mean: anti-money laundering. So they're using AML, anti-money laundering, and know your customer KYC to ask you for your personal information.
Mm.
But if you don't give him the personal information, we're going to stop payments to your account. Oh God.
What?
I have received several threatening letters. I don't want to give if I don't know you, why would I give you my information? But they're going to send you threatening letters to tell you we're going to stop payments to your account if you don't provide this information.
Your automated payment accounts.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking? Really?
Yeah. If you don't provide us with this information. So they keep demanding information from their customers under threat that they're going to stop payments. Wow.
Wow, that is.
And it's your money. It's your money. but they're going to stop payments to your account if you don't tell them or provide them with your driver's license, your passport, and stuff like that. This is sick.
Yeah, that's
What are we
sick.
talking about here?
That's sick.
And everybody who's listening to this, I'm sure you'll receive letters along those lines.
I haven't, not that I know of, not yet, but maybe I will. Maybe I will be. Wow, that's so interesting. So it's to buy what do they do with the data? They sell it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know whether they sell it or not. I can't say that for certain, but I don't want to give you my data.
I don't know how you can get around that.
You can't. They're forcing you. They're forcing you.
Wow.
Which brings us to the next situation, the concept of 2FA. I'll explain to you what that is. Two-factor authentication. Yeah.
I know.
If it is that I have an account at your website, on your banking or whatever the case may be, and I just want to sign in with my password, give me the option to sign in with my password. What you don't do is tell you, oh, you're not going forward and you're not getting access to your money unless you do two-factor authentication. What does that mean? It means that you have to provide me with a phone number. Your biometrics equals your fingerprint on the phone or your facial recognition on the phone. That's biometrics. If you don't provide us with those things, you're not getting access to your money. Seriously?
Yep.
You know that there are old people that don't know how to use phones, right?
Yep.
They just knew to put on their information, their password, and get in. Give these people the option. They're not giving them the option.
Yeah. They call it protection. It's to protect you, David.
More like a protection racket.
Yeah.
Because when you get my biometrics, my fingerprint, and so on, what are you going to do with it?
Oh, that's the question. Maybe we need to find out what they do with that. That's a good question.
What are you going to do with it? You're going to basically, you're expecting me to trust you to just hold my data there for the purposes of logging in and logging out. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, and then they want you to take a survey at the end. Do you ever get those?
No, I get it at the beginning. This is Canada. We get it at the beginning. You want to get to your account? Take this survey. Okay. I'm like, seriously? No.
No, I don't.
And then you're looking for where to cancel the survey and so on. I don't want to give you, because I know for one thing is for certain, you are not going to do anything with the survey. It's just window dressing. Because nothing has gotten better. It's just gotten worse. You want more and more of my information. You want me to jump through hoops to get to things that I own.
Exactly. That's yours. Yeah, that's so true. Okay, let me ask you maybe a financial question about these fees. And what's also interesting is that stores are now doing away with, this is hilarious to me. They're doing away with the grocery sacks, the plastic grocery sacks, right? Okay, every time I go into this particular store, I always forget my cloth or whatever is in the car. I'm like, God damn, I'm not going back. So I check out and all that. Oh, would you like a bag? It's 10 cents. I'm like, 10 cents? 10 cents? No, I'm not giving you 10 cents. I'm going to carry all of this out in my car. I don't care. Wait, what? Why the 10 cents though, David? What is the purpose of fees and this 10-cent bag that now is paper, not plastic? You're still giving me a bag that I have to recycle. It just doesn't compute in the mind here.
Let me introduce you to a concept called pretext.
Okay.
Pretext operates like this. I need to find a reason to be unethical, And so I need the reason to be believable. So what I'm going to do is the following. I am going to find something that's believable and wholesome, like saving the environment,
Mhm.
to charge you for a bag that destroys the environment. So in Canada, if you go to stores in Canada, there are no bags at all. You got to bring your own bag, but you could buy a bag for $1 or $2.
A plastic one, right? A big one.
No, we're doing cloth ones there, right?
Okay.
But my point is this: you are telling me, and this is the thing, they're banking on the fact that when you leave the parking lot and you get in there, you would have forgotten your bag, right? And I often do. So
Mhm.
you're in there, your basket is full of stuff, and you're like, crap, Paula, I left the bag in the car. So do I go out and get the bag and bring it in, or what do I do? But you look like a jackass, so you're gonna pay the dollar at the till for a new bag. So the back of your car is probably filled with bags from certain department stores
Uh-huh.
that I won't mention, is filled with all sorts of bags. I know that the back of my car is full of bags because I keep forgetting.
I know.
I have to learn not to forget.
I don't do it. I take the cart to my car and I just put it in the car. I'm not going to give them $1.10. What is the purpose of that? I have millions of bags in my car.
It's exploitation, I suspect. I
Yeah.
suspect it's exploitation.
What though? I'm not understanding this because they get this 10 cents and what
I
it,
can guarantee you that the 10 cents that they're getting is not going to save the whales, the dolphins, the trees, or
yeah.
minimize carbon emissions in the atmosphere. I'm going to guess that 10 cents is going to somebody's private jet.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. That's it. And what about the ones that says when you're checking out and it says, um, would you like to give the rest of your 16 cents to this charity?
I
Do
was
you
getting
do
there.
you
I
get?
was
Oh,
getting
you were getting there. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to talk to supply chain companies, regular companies, banks, insurance companies, like auto mechanics.
Yeah.
Nobody likes continuous upsells. You guys are disgusting with it.
Mhm.
The upsells that they are giving you are designed to add value only in your mind and not
Mhm.
really in reality. So I I did my grocery shopping and I'm about to pay. Pay. Next screen. Would you like to donate $5? Would you like to? And it's very specific with it.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
It's not just donate what you can, it's donate $2, $5, whatever else. No, I
Mm.
don't. But the button is very obscure.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, and they've made a shame practice out of tipping as well. You
Mhm.
go and you're picking up fast food as an example. Let's say you eat fast food. I don't eat fast food very often, but sometimes I'm going to go get a noodle bowl. And then the screen, the little payment thing where you
Mhm.
tap your card or you tap your watch or you tap your phone, goes to the next screen and it's like tipping. My man, I'm picking up food.
Right.
Why is there a tip screen here? Who
Yes.
is the tip screen for? The chef? So if I pay it, then I'm going to pay the chef for fixing the food that I'm paying for. There is no table service because I'm picking it up. So help me out. I can understand, and Amy, you have dressed me up on this topic many times. If Uber Eats,
Mhm.
DoorDash, and these things, if you're ordering food and they're bringing it to your house, the driver's taking a risk by getting in his car,
Mhm.
especially in winter, to
Mhm.
deliver your food.
Mhm.
Yeah, tip these people.
Yeah.
You're picking up the food.
I know.
You can imagine that you're in the bank, you're on a line, you're about to do a transaction, and right there on the window is donate for this charity and so on. I want to tell you guys something about charities. I worked for one once. The money never gets to where it's
Mm-mm.
supposed to go. I'm going to say this again for the guys in the back. If you donate to a charity and you're thinking that your money is getting where it's supposed to go, it isn't.
Mm-mm.
If you want to do good works, donate directly. Do not go through organizations.
Mm-mm.
If you want to donate to the poor, starving children in Africa, you know what? Go there yourself and say, here, that is for you. Okay?
Yeah.
But don't get reeled in by people say, oh, we're collecting money for the poor, starving children in Africa. Or I don't know, donkeys in Egypt or something. Like,
Donkeys in Egypt.
some of these things are ridiculous. Look, let me tell you something, right?
Yeah.
If you are going to do good works, do the good works directly. Do it
Yeah.
directly. Don't go through an organization. You are outsourcing your karma, whatever, for other organizations. And you know very well that money, some of these people know very well that you donate $10,000 to a charity. The charity tells you, guess what? We're saving the daffodils in Nepal. Not that daffodils grow in Nepal, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We're saving daffodils in Nepal, right? It doesn't occur to you, oh, the poor daffodils. Let me just let me just donate $10,000 to the daffodils because I feel guilty because of my excessive wealth. You know damn well that that money is not going to help the daffodil situation. You know very
No.
well in your heart.
Yeah.
You're just trying to feel better.
Yeah.
Or else you would have gone to Nepal with $2,000 round trip.
Yep.
You would have gone to Nepal with $2,000 and put $8,000 in the people, I don't know, the daffodil farmers' hands. Are you serious about this?
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
kind of thing that really irks me because there's a lot of sham organizations out there claiming charity and so on. And I'm
Yeah.
going to shout out to a certain these political charities, like certain
Ooh.
movements
Yep, I
that,
do.
that matter or don't matter, as the case may be. Look, there are certain movements that collect donations for political, like seriously, people still donating to political campaigns. Like in
Yeah.
2025,
Yeah.
if you have an organization claiming to be a nonprofit or charity that's collecting for political ends, you are an idiot if you donate to them.
Yeah.
You are an idiot
Let's
because
go.
you're thinking, well, it will help put the right people in power and so on. This is not about that. It's not about
No.
that. It is not about that. It may be power related, but your money is going somewhere where you don't think it is.
Yeah.
Okay?
And donate to your local community.
Yeah, I don't understand why people outsource I don't
Yeah.
understand why people outsource their good works to an organization. You're trying to tell me that you don't know anything about the world, and so a charity is going to donate money on your behalf to some poor, starving children in Africa where you are disconnected from the suffering. So you know what? I know they're suffering theoretically, so I'm going to give the money to the charity, and I know that I've done something good. What are you doing? That's actually worse than just not donating at all. It's actually it's actually worse than not donating at all.
You're making me think of another corporation, religious corporations, churches.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh God, did you have that on your list? Because you just made me think of the rice bowls. Do you remember those whenever a priest would come and visit from, New Guinea or something, there'd be a rice bowl operation. Oh, maybe it was once a year. And the kids, you'd build this bowl out of cardboard and you would put your little pennies in there and nickels and any kind of money and then take it back to the church. Did it go to the rice bowl operation?
Let me show you what honest religious organization looks like?
Yeah, tell me.
Back in the day when people were halfway honest, the priest would get up in front of the congregation. We need money to pay for benches for the Sunday school.
Yeah.
Listen to this. We need money to pay for benches for the Sunday school. So somebody say, well, I don't have money, but I got lots of lumber. So let's make the benches. I'm a carpenter. Let's make the benches.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these boys want money.
No.
So collection plate is being passed around. Don't try to get up and leave. Just sit down and put money in that collection plate. I am like, no, this is sick. And then you have the prosperity preachers, which is even worse than them, talking about we're gonna pray for your prosperity. You put $75 in, and when I pray, it's going to come back to you in the form of millions of dollars. And I'm like,
I know.
I'm like, I'm gonna put $75. It's like the lottery, except the odds are a little bit worse. It's like a lottery because apparently God is just handing out millions of dollars to anybody who gets the royal prayers from the preacher. I don't know why people are so shallow.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this again so that you guys hear me. If you're donating to political movements, you're an idiot. I don't care whether it's right or left. Okay, you're donating to organizations that says save the Eskimos or something like, I don't know, right? You're an idiot, right? You are assuming that your money is going to the place that it's going to, but in your heart of hearts, you know damn well it's not. A lot of the people that at the charity I worked in, the donors and so on, they knew that their money wasn't going the right places. They
Yeah.
knew it, but they donated anyway.
I do have to say that I did get caught up in that. I did get caught up. I thought I was doing good, David. I thought I was doing good.
Oh, really? Okay. What
I
did you
did.
donate to, Amy?
I just trusted, I guess, too much. Too much trust. Too much trust. And I'm going to say, like in the church and religious, too much trust in that.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. When the pastor rolled around with his new BMW, were you were you concerned slightly or not really?
I don't even know what car he drove.
You don't know what car he drove because he probably didn't drive at all. He probably bought one of those transporter things from Star Trek, which he kept in the back.
Yes. Yes.
I have seen some things in my life.
Yeah.
People do not outsource your good intentions to someone else. If you have good intentions and you really want to reduce suffering in the world, get up off your backsides, go find people who need the help and do it directly. Don't give the money to me. Don't give it to Amy. Don't give it to Pastor Joe Schmo down the road. Don't give it to this big organization that says, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Human lives matter. Don't give it to none of those people.
Yeah.
Get up off your butt and go do the good works yourself. Right? You will feel better for it. You will know that your money is going exactly the way it's supposed to go, and you're a little bit smarter. There are a lot of people that don't want to come into contact with human suffering, and I understand that.
Yeah.
If you don't want to come into contact with human suffering, do it anonymously. Set up your own chain of events. It doesn't have to be an established charity. A lot of people donate to charities so that they could get tax breaks as well. I understand that, right? So they want the pieces of paper, but you're doing it because you want a tax break. Is my point.
Yeah. Or you want a wing in the hospital.
Named after you?
Yeah. That's a whole nother. A library named after you.
I wonder if these people know that having things named after you does not necessarily mean that you're a good person or a great person.
No.
Okay? You're not going to be Columbus, Ohio, as an example. You're going to be like Amy Oncology Ward.
Yes. Yeah,
Hilarious.
it's funny. It's funny.
Look, we can go on and on about
I
that.
know.
There's one more thing I want to say, um, and that has to do with the car companies.
Oh my God, what? Car companies.
Guys, when you buy a car, please read the fine print. Please read the fine print. Don't take my word for it. When a car company sells you a car, you have no rights. Don't take my word for it. Read it yourself.
Do you ever read it?
No, because the
No,
print is this small. The print
nobody.
is this small, and so you are looking at it like
Yeah,
you need a magnifying glass, and it's reams and reams of paper. Do
yeah.
not,
It's
do
not
not.
like,
You
let
have
me
no
take
right.
this, let me take this home and read it. I'll be right back. I'll be back tomorrow. No, it's
I
like
want to read.
sign.
I want to read to you. And I think I threw it, unfortunately. So I own a car, right? A pretty good car, and there was a recall done on the car,
Uh-huh.
and the ar is by an American company, and there was a recall done on the car. So they sent me a letter in the mail about this recall, and the first line says this is the part that was recalled, and the second part says the solution for this is we have no solution. I wanted to read this to you so that you heard, I wanted to read it out loud on this
Yeah.
broadcast. There is no solution because the parts are not available at this present point in time, and we'll contact you when the parts are available.
Oh,
I just said that on air, and I'm sure everybody now knows what vehicle or what car company I am with. All right? Because they would have had that kind of experience with themselves. Especially when you drive SUVs and there's a recall, they never have the parts for it, right? They
well,
never
yeah.
have the parts for it. And I'm sure everybody who is driving American vehicles know exactly what company that I'm talking about. So, guys, I just want to say in the money game, right? There are no winners in the customer side. The only winners are on the business people side.
What can we do about it, David? Not much, huh?
Here's the thing. Honestly, I have said this on many broadcasts. For those of you out there who are angered a little bit by this, do what I did. Learn how to plant food. Learn how to shoot as well, because it's going to get to a stage. It's going to get to a stage, and I'm going to give you some end of world advice here. Just some end of world advice. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. The skills that you're going to need when the world goes to crap, which is going to crap very steadily, is the ability to plant food for yourself and the ability to shoot. Okay? You're going to need these two skills.
Better get to the gun range then.
Well, I'm sure you're going to need that because the world is not getting any easier. Crime is at an all-time high. I understand
Mm.
all those things. There's a one third skill that you're going to need, and that is mindfulness and being able to meditate and stay within your own peace. Because if you take all of these things into consideration, it's not a pleasant outlook, right? Everybody is looking to jab somebody up somewhere, somehow. And so you need to be mindful, you need to be aware, you need to read the fine print of your contracts and stuff like that. And you need to absolutely keep your calm because, there's been a lot of incidents of people wigging out at counters, dragging poor employees over the counter.
Hmm.
You need to be able to keep your calm, keep a cool head, and say and learn when to say, yeah, I don't want to do business with you anymore,
Yeah.
and walk
I'm
away.
exactly. I'm just going to say when that gut feeling comes up and you're like, this doesn't make sense. This happened to me when I rented a car. What do you mean I have to put $1,000 down in case something happens? Nothing's going to happen. I stepped away.
Or
I'm like,
you mean the pre-authorization on your credit card?
something. Yeah, I said to them, I never had to do this
Let me
before.
let me ask you a question, Amy. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You
Yeah,
rent a car. There's a pre-authorization on your card for $1,000 or whatever the case may be. Wait for it.
yeah.
But I'm going to sell you insurance in case something happens at the back end.
I walked away.
If you're selling me insurance, why is there pre-authorization on my card? That's
Exactly.
double insurance. So you're double dipping.
Double dipping. I did step away because that gut feeling was like, I never had to do this before. I applied online for this car. You know? It's like I stepped away. I'm like, no, I'm not taking it.
Yeah, they put a pre-authorization on your card,
Yeah.
and
$1,000 though.
and then they're
1,000.
going to sell you insurance at the back end. So either you take the $1,000, but you're not selling me the insurance, or you sell me the insurance and you don't take the $1,000. It's either one of them, because for sure the insurance premium is not going to be $1,000.
No. No. And I was pretty trusting in that nothing will happen. But can I say something? I think that we have to also have the upswing of positivity with people, because I think the podcasters out there, everybody's calling people out. Whistleblowers are starting to call people out.
Correct.
So I think it's going in a more positive direction. It might not look like it right now, but I do believe that if you keep the positivity, that that's what wins.
If you keep the positivity, that's what wins. And if you call things as they are, and I will
Yes.
have to say, if you call things as they are, and a lot of people are afraid to do that nowadays, but I wanted to say, if you call things as they are and you be brave about it, then that makes a difference, because at least somebody is hearing you.
Exactly. Yeah, be brave about it. And even though, yeah, just be brave about it. Just speak up and say, no, thank you.
We know things are hard for you guys, and so we want to make it easier for you guys. So we've actually set up stores to make your life easy. If you have a business, if you look at the crawler beneath, it says shop.oneexit.com. If you have a business, we have a lot of automated AI tools that will lower your overhead and stop you from having to,
pay the corporation.
Pay the corporations. So we've created AI tools for you guys that will lower your overhead costs, so you don't have to go to an advertising agency. You don't have to go to this person and that person and the rest, right? These tools are on a pay-per-use basis, so it fits with your budget. You use it as much as you want, and if you don't have any use for it and stuff like that, you have at least the credit system that is there.
Yeah.
This is how we creating tools, because if there's one thing that I absolutely like to do is, screw over the system.
Yes.
The other thing is the shop.oursensia.org, where you can get certification training for cheap. You will get certification training for some of you. You want to get into certain industries and you can't get into these industries. We offer you courses with certifications so that you can make it easier, so that we can make it easier for you guys to actually make money yourselves.
Yes.
Lastly, I want to do a shout out to Amy's daughter, Mage of Metals, a very talented young lady. Her name is Emily Kruzik. And so check out her website at mageofmetals.com. Some of you guys would like esoteric jewelry from somebody who knows what they're actually doing. So
and she's having a drop soon. She's starting to do men's rings.
Oh, good.
She's doing a drop. I don't know when, September sometime. But she's a metalsmith. She does it from beginning to end.
And so, guys, that has been our show for today. Amy, tell us people about the community.
Yes, if you would like to join our community, UCM community, it's community.universalcitizentv.com, where we are really stepping it up, David. We're changing some things.
We've changed a lot of things, actually.
Yeah.
We have UCM TV running inside there as well. I want you guys to at least check it out and see what's in there for you. We have a lot of free stuff that we're adding inside there for the business owners. Some of the stuff will be from actually the One Extra shop, and it will allow you to, use the stuff right there and then while you're in there. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
So check this stuff out. We're looking forward to seeing you in the near future.
Until next time,
Keep it
keep it
unscripted.
unscripted.
Keep it unscripted.
Bye,
Take care,
everybody.
guys.